Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel, and today I will speak to spirit guidance, or what it means to be divinely guided on the path of healing. I am guided to speak to this topic because when one embarks on a healing journey, and healing meaning, however that may look for you, maybe you just feel like losing weight, maybe it's a lifestyle change. Though lifestyle changes are all interconnected and ultimately part of the spiritual path, even if one doesn't see it that way. Maybe one just thinks, oh, I just need to lose a couple pounds, or I think I should just clean up my diet, or I think I should start exercising. While that may appear to be the main goal, really that's just a symptom of a larger alignment in healing mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit are all interconnected. So whichever area of your life you are guided to address or to heal. Maybe it's relationships. It's all part of the larger web. And yet, you may feel you get weighed down by all the areas of your life that you want to improve, particularly when you're feeling stuck and you're not guided to the healing path. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not looking to heal the blockages in your way. It's not comfortable and it doesn't feel good. However, you may have, since you're blocked and you are in a place of stuckness, you may not even consider all the areas. It's like, well, there's too many things to improve, so I won't do anything. And in that, it's kind of like the person addicted to drugs who says, well, it was easier when I was using heroin because I only had one problem: how to get heroin that day. And once you achieve that, once that is the main source of relief, all other conflicts and issues fall away. It's when you actually start the path, when you put down the substance, or you clear the blockage or the fog from your eyes, and you begin to see, oh, there's a few things to clean up here. That's when it can actually just feel a little bit overwhelming, but stressful. The fear can show up and say, oh my God, how will I ever heal all this? There's so much. And firstly, that brings me back to all is interconnected. So as you begin to heal one thing, whether it's just relationships or food or whatever, other things start to fall in line. But the other part of that is similar to the addiction example, but in a good way, which is that there is a source of guidance that provides answers to all questions, that resolves all questions, which is that when we start to connect more directly with a spiritual source, whether it is cultivating intuition through meditation or connecting with our spirit guides, which is really possible for many. I won't say it will happen the same way that it does for me, or that it happens for me the same way that it does for others, other kinds of healers. But there is an intuitive source and knowing. There's a capacity in all beings. So there is a way to go toward this, regardless of how it ultimately looks, whether it looks super fancy or colorful, or just, you just start to call things into your life. You just start to become attracted to different sources of healing. Certain people just randomly show up, certain healers. You're guided to reach out to certain people, find certain podcasts or books. You may say, oh, it was just the time for me, and it just coincidentally appeared, this book for me to read on fasting. That's not how it works. There are no coincidences. When you are ready, the wisdom of spirit begins to flow through. And the beauty of that is that when you begin to feel overwhelmed, that there's so much in your life to heal and you're not sure what to focus on moment to moment, day to day, year to year, you simply tune in call yourself back to the energetic home you're cultivating through meditation or breath or whatever practice you're developing. And if you don't have a practice, that's the best place to start. Setting aside some time each day to simply tune in and listen. Your energetic body, your mind, and definitely your spirit, they know, and your higher self, they know what's meant to be addressed and in what order. And all you have to do is tune in and ask, what is meant to be addressed now, today, in this moment? And you can only ever really do one thing at a time. So you take it from there. Maybe it's just cutting out a certain food, implementing a certain supplement, getting a little more exercise. And when there's seemingly more complexity in the layers of healing, whether it's, uprooting your life in a certain way, changing careers, a certain kind of trauma healing, if you just set the intention, if you just ask for divine guidance in this area, the right person or situation or thing will present itself. You don't need to chase. The path of healing is not the same as the idea of using the thinking mind to solve deeply analytical questions, or like we often do when we're searching for a vacation or a product on Amazon or an Airbnb. We scour, we scan all types of reviews and really do a deep dive. The thinking mind, that kind of analysis is not required on the healing path guided by intuitive knowing and spiritual wisdom. It's a path of flow and ease. So the things that are meant for you to be with and to heal will be brought to you. And a lot of times that happens when you're getting triggered. The gift or medicine comes in a package that doesn't look very nice, doesn't feel like a present. But if you're getting triggered, if a person in your life is triggering you, that is the very best thing for your attention and focus, is what is that anger showing up? What is that grief showing up? Now, when there are other more behavioral or lifestyle changes meant to occur, you'll be guided to that too. Maybe your attention will simply shift and you'll recognize how you're feeling in your body and how you don't want to feel that way anymore. Maybe you'll be inspired to get up a little earlier or go to bed a little earlier. Maybe you'll recognize that the time you're spending on screens is feeling too much, is leaving you in a negative state, filled with negative emotion energy. All these things, you may think, it is like dominoes in a sense. When you start to do one thing, it starts to impact the way you see other things. But it's all being guided by one source. It's all coming into alignment with a more spiritual path for more joy, ease, gratitude, and love for your life, for yourself, and for others. And this is ultimately how you are of greatest service in the world. I tell everyone who is interested in being a healer, whether a more traditional therapist or a more alternative or holistic practitioner, it is still all about taking the medicine yourself, following the healing path to discover where you align, what your gifts and strengths are, and when you go inward, the outward path opens. If you don't know what you're meant to do with your life, go inward, begin to heal work with what's there. You don't have to chase what's absent for the moment. It is useful to practice seeing beyond current circumstances and envisioning the life of your dreams, but you don't have to force it. As you go inward into into meditative states, into whatever wisdom or tools you use, it's all about cultivating that conviction and healing the limiting beliefs in your way. And those heal one at a time. divinely presented by spirit, all in divine time. So if you're caught worrying that there's so much trauma to heal, you're so much in this life and past lives and ancestry, all is reenacted in the present. All is only useful to be addressed in the present. So it will show up in the present. How is this day going for you? How is this moment going for you? Where is the stress in your body? This is the area that's meant to be addressed. This is how you flow through a process of knowing what is meant for you and learning and learning to recognize what shows up and take things one step at a time. The path becomes a lot more fluid, a lot easier in many ways. It's not to say there aren't challenges that show up in the present, but you come to terms with the idea that all healing happens in the present. There is no need to chase things out there. All that is meant to heal, all that is meant to be revealed will be revealed to you now. That is how we come into alignment with spiritual guidance, with divine guidance. How we learn to listen and tune in, even when the circumstances appear stressful or dire, or like certain different things, more analytical things are required. Come back into alignment, tune in to your energetic home. And if something very practical is required of you, you'll do it. Begin to trust and begin to have faith that you will be led accordingly if you set the intention and some time to practice. May this be an invitation, a gift, and a medicine to all who are ready to receive it. Take care.